Have you ever met someone who's incredibly smart, but just can't seem to get ahead in life? They have all the brain power in the world, yet they struggle to achieve their goals. This is a story about a boy named Alex, and it might sound familiar to you. Alex was that kid. Everyone knew he was brilliant. He could solve complex problems in his head and grasp difficult concepts with ease. But there was a catch. Alex had a mind like a wild, untamed horse, powerful, but running in every direction except the one that mattered. His room was a testament to his scattered thoughts. Half-finished projects, books open to random pages, and a video game console that was always on. When it came time to study, Alex was a master of procrastination. "I'll do it later," he'd tell himself. "I've got plenty of time." He'd start by opening his textbook, but a notification on his phone would pull him away. An hour later, he'd be deep into a video rabbit hole, the textbook completely forgotten. He believed his intelligence was a safety net, that he could just cram at the last minute and everything would be fine. He had always managed to get by this way, but a huge challenge was just around the corner, one that would test his belief to its core. The biggest opportunity of his young life arrived, a prestigious scholarship exam. This wasn't just any test. It was the key to his dream university, a chance to turn his potential into reality. "I've got this," Alex thought, confidence brimming. "I'm smarter than most of the other kids." He continued his usual routine, or rather, his lack of one. He'd study for 10 minutes, then get distracted for 30. He'd tell his parents he was preparing, but in reality, he was exploring virtual worlds or chatting with friends. The day of the exam came, and Alex walked in feeling a strange mix of overconfidence and underlying anxiety. As he sat down and opened the test paper, his heart sank. The questions weren't just about knowing the answers. They required deep, focused thinking, the kind that couldn't be faked. His mind, so used to flitting from one thing to another, refused to settle. He'd read a question, and his thoughts would drift to the movie he watched last night. He'd try to solve a problem, but a catchy tune from a commercial would pop into his head. He felt his smart brain failing him. Time ticked away, and panic set in. The easy answers he expected weren't there. When the results came out, the single word "fail" was a devastating blow. It was a failure he couldn't blame on anyone but himself. For the first time, Alex had to face a hard truth. Intelligence without discipline is like a race car without a driver. It has all the power to win, but without control, it's destined to crash. Crushed by his failure, Alex finally understood that something had to change. He couldn't just rely on being smart anymore. He'd heard about a legendary figure in his town, a former Olympic coach, Johnson, who was known for turning raw talent into championship material. People said he didn't just train bodies, he trained minds. With a heavy heart and a sliver of hope, Alex went to find him. He found Coach Johnson in a simple, quiet gym, watching a young athlete with intense focus. Alex nervously explained his situation, how his brilliant mind felt like his own worst enemy, how his lack of focus had cost him everything. Coach Johnson listened patiently, his gaze never wavering. When Alex finished, the coach didn't offer sympathy. Instead, he said something that would change Alex's life forever. "Your mind," he began, his voice calm but firm, "is a wild horse. It's powerful, full of energy, and has the potential to take you anywhere you want to go. But right now, it's running wild, dragging you through mud and thorns. You think the horse is the problem. It's not. The problem is, you haven't learned to be its rider. Intelligence gave you a magnificent steed, but only discipline will give you the reins." Alex was captivated. This was exactly what he felt, but couldn't put into words. "So, how do I learn to ride?" Alex asked, his voice filled with a new kind of determination. Coach Johnson smiled. "It's simpler than you think, but it's not easy. It starts with 4 rules. He held up a finger. "Rule 1. You are the master of your thoughts, not the other way around. When a distracting thought enters your mind, Don't fight it, but don't follow it either. Acknowledge it, like a cloud passing in the sky, and gently guide your focus back to your task. Your mind will resist at first, but with practice, you'll show it who's in charge. He held up a second finger. Rule 2. Build a fortress of habits. Discipline isn't about grand, heroic gestures. It's about small, consistent actions. Decide on a specific time and place to study every single day. No exceptions. At first, it will feel like a chore, but soon, it will become automatic. Your brain will learn that when you're in that chair, at that desk, at that time, it's time to focus. A strong routine is the foundation of discipline. Then came the third finger. Rule 3. Starve your distractions. Your wild horse is being fed by countless distractions. That phone buzzing, those notifications popping up, the 20 tabs open on your browser. They are all treats that lure your horse off the path. For your designated focus time, create a zero distraction zone. Put your phone in another room. Use software to block distracting websites. Be ruthless. You must make the path of focus the easiest one for your mind to follow. Finally, Coach Johnson held up his fourth finger. Rule 4. Practice every single day. This is the most important rule. Discipline is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Start small. Try to focus for just 15 minutes without interruption. The next day, try for 20. Some days you'll fail. That's okay. The key is to get back on the horse the next day. It's the daily practice, the consistent effort, that forges an unbreakable will. Alex left Coach Johnson's gym with a renewed sense of purpose. He wasn't just a smart kid who failed. He was a rider learning to tame his horse. He took the 4 rules to heart. He started by designating the hour after dinner as his focus hour. He put his phone in a drawer in the kitchen and used a simple timer. The first few days were torture. His mind screamed for distraction. He'd find himself staring out the window, tapping his pen, thinking about anything and everything except his work. But every time his mind wandered, he remembered the coach's words: acknowledge the cloud and guide your focus back. Gently, patiently, he brought his attention back to his textbook. He built his fortress of habits brick by brick. His study corner became a sacred space. No phone, no games, no snacks, just him, his books, and his goal. He started with just 25 minutes of focused work, followed by a 5-minute break. A technique he learned was called the Pomodoro method. It felt manageable. Slowly, but surely, something amazing began to happen. The 25 minutes started to feel shorter. His mind fought him less. He was retaining more information, and for the first time, he felt a sense of control. He was no longer being dragged around by his impulses. He was directing his mental energy with purpose. His focus muscle was getting stronger. A year passed. Alex was a different person. The wild horse of his mind was now a disciplined champion, galloping confidently towards its destination. He retook the scholarship exam. This time, as he sat in the hall, there was no panic, only a calm, quiet focus. The questions came, and his mind, now trained and honed, tackled them with precision and depth. He didn't just know the answers. He could analyze, connect, and create in a way he never could before. The results came out, and this time, the word wasn't fail. It was a full scholarship to his dream university. Alex's success wasn't a miracle. It was the result of taming his inner world. He had learned the most valuable lesson of all: your intelligence can open doors, but it is your discipline and focus that will walk you through them. That wild horse inside all of us, it's not our enemy. It's our greatest strength, waiting for a rider. So, what about you? Is your horse running wild? Maybe it's time you picked up the reins. Start with one small rule today. Acknowledge your distracting thoughts, build one small habit, or put your phone away for just 15 minutes. Train your mind, and it will carry you to places you've only dreamed of. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content to help you master your mind.